In 1614, a young English colonist was given an impossible choice: marry a woman he'd never met, or watch his entire colony starve to death. What happened next would change the course of history forever. This is the story of John Rolfe and Pocahontas, but not the Disney version, you know. The Jamestown colony was dying. Disease, starvation, and constant conflict with the Powhatan people had reduced the English settlers to desperate survivors. By 1614, they were on the brink of complete collapse. Then came an unusual proposal. Chief Powhatan offered peace, but only if one of the colonists would marry his daughter, Pocahontas. The man chosen? John Rolfe, a widowed tobacco farmer who had never even spoken to her. Rolfe was torn. In his own writings, he called it the hardest decision of my life. He was being asked to marry someone from a completely different culture, who spoke a different language, followed different customs. But the stakes couldn't be higher. His fellow colonists were counting on him. This marriage wasn't about love. It was a political treaty written in vows. The colonial leaders made it clear: if he refused, the fragile peace would shatter, and everyone would likely die. So in April 1614, John Rolfe stood before his community and married Pocahontas, now baptized as Rebecca, in the first recorded interracial marriage in colonial America. Here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Against all odds, historical records suggest that John and Pocahontas actually developed genuine affection for each other. This wasn't just a political arrangement. Something real grew between them. Pocahontas taught Rolfe about native agricultural techniques. He shared his knowledge of tobacco cultivation. Together, they created a hybrid farming approach that would make Virginia's tobacco industry profitable for the first time. They had a son, Thomas, in 1615. Letters from the period described them as devoted parents and partners. The marriage brought 8 years of peace between the colonists and the Powhatan Confederacy, the longest period of peace in early colonial history. Trade flourished. Both communities prospered. But here's what shocked everyone. When Rolfe took Pocahontas to England in 1616 to meet King James I, she was received as Native American royalty. She became a celebrity in London society, challenging English prejudices about indigenous people. Sadly, the story doesn't have a fairy tale ending. In 1617, as they prepared to return to Virginia, Pocahontas fell ill, likely from pneumonia or tuberculosis. She died at just 21 years old and was buried in Gravesend, England, far from her homeland. Rolfe was devastated. He returned to Virginia alone with her son and died just 5 years later at age 37. The peace they had built died with them. Within a few years, violent conflicts erupted again between colonists and Native America. So what's the real lesson here? This wasn't a love story that conquers all. It was a complicated, messy, real human story that emerged from impossible circumstances. A forced marriage became a genuine partnership. Two people from completely different worlds found common ground. And for a brief moment in history, they proved that cooperation was possible. Their descendants, and there are thousands today, carry the DNA of both worlds. They're living proof that even in the darkest chapters of colonial history, human connection could still emerge. Sometimes the most shocking thing isn't the dramatic twist. It's the simple fact that two people chose to see each other's humanity. What do you think? Could a relationship born from such circumstances ever be truly equal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more hidden stories from history.